All right, let's get called to order. We're going to start with the roll call.
Ms. Cooper Payton,
Present.
Ms. Harrell,
Present.
Ms. Hedlund is excused, Mr. Jacobson,
Here.
Ms. Jones,
Here.
Ms. Orcherton is excused, Mr. Patterson,
Here.
Ms. Salmon,
Here?
Ms. Snyder.
Here.
Okay. I don't believe we have any changes to the agenda, so the next is approval of minutes of the previous meeting. Does anybody have any questions or comments on those? Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes as they are, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved. We're going to go ahead and start then with the grant presentation. Is Brian here? Oh,
Both of them are running a little late.
okay.
So I can, do the staff report.
Okay, we'll start.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll change the order then, and we'll start with the staff report.
Okay, good afternoon. Okay, so for this month's edition of Art Now, we decided to have a review of the Public Art League's Art Now edition instead. We're still in the process of trying to coordinate Art Now artists for July and August. We have a few people who are interested, but their schedules kind of are very complicated. The second edition of Art at the Market was this past Saturday, and it featured a puppet, or Make It, Take It puppet workshop by Ann Newman, and then an acoustic trio called The Old Paints, which was their first time performing Art at the Market. It seemed to have a great turnout. Everybody really loved Ann's little puppets. And then this is the schedule. It's available online for the next Art at the Market, which will be in July 8th. The Artists of the Corridor, this is the last month that Rusty Clevenger's exhibition will be featured. It's scheduled to take it down around the end of the month or so. Staff is still currently seeking recommendations for the next Artist of the Corridor. And then the 2016-2018 sculpture guide is still available online, as well as the postcards. Those. Please let me know if you'd like some. We have plenty at my desk. Okay, and then the open scene wrapped up with the final workshop combined with the silent art auction. It was used to create a framework for how the program will continue after the final workshop and how it will continue on. That is one of the advertisements I used on social media to promote Ann Newman and the Old Paints at this Saturday's Art at the Market. As for social media accounts, Facebook page received an increase of 21 likes since last month, I'm sorry, an increase of 15 followers on Twitter, and then an increase of 25 followers from last month on Instagram. Are there any questions? Or it's a really short staff report.
Can you say a little bit more about how Open Scene is going to continue?
Well,
IMC is currently working on putting together a committee of the youth. That was something that was identified in the grant, and they are going to continue working with that. Also having ongoing conversations. One of the artists who was involved actually just rented space in IMC and is going to be giving music production lessons as well as doing other work there. So that's ongoing as well. And then they're really
Can you
looking.
tell us who that is? And,
Oh, sorry, that's
and
Derek Lindsay, DLNZ Productions. So that's another one.
Great.
There'll be a
IMC
ribbon
also is-
cutting this Thursday
Mhm.
at 9 a.m. at
Yes.
the IMC, and you're all welcome to attend that as well.
And IMC also is working on their vision, and we're currently working on grant reporting for that.
Good, thank you.
Thanks.
We may also partner with IMC to apply for a follow-up grant with Art Place, which is a different placemaking grant, but this was originally conceived as a two-step process. So we need to wrap up this grant and then reassess, but we'll see.
Good. All right.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
You're almost waiting. So, my name is Cleva. I am CEO of Mother Nature Incorporated. We are a hip hop collective, and we do workshops for the community. Let me try to pull up my presentation. Hmm. Mm-mm. I could possibly use your jump. Sometimes when you go from a newer to an older.
Is it?
Nope.
No. This one's it.
Mm-hmm. Can I use this? promise when it's all said and done, you guys are gonna love it. Okay. Let's try it out.
Yay.
Okay, so what we did with the grant, it's kind of lengthy. We decided to do a workshop, a week-long workshop, with kids in our community. Most of them, it was our first time meeting them. Some of them we have already known just through family and friends and just being local. But we found that once we finished the workshop, because of like the resources that we have access to, we realized that we could do so much more with the grant money. So we decided to go ahead and throw a festival, which ended up being really awesome. And then we did another one the following semester. So the Miseducation of Hip Hop Youth Workshop is what we called it. Again, we've been doing the Miseducation of Hip Hop Workshop prior to the grant, but it was always we were never able to like fully create the environment that we wanted to. We were always applying to be a part of a conference or a program initiative where we maybe had like 2 hours to work with kids or college students, and like we were able to like teach and get into it, but we weren't able to really develop relationships that would last. So thanks to the arts grant, I really feel like we've built a foundation and we're able to see how we can operate like at our full potential. So I'm going to play this little video, if it will let me. There we go. Quick time not available. Okay, so instead of playing it on here, I'm going to play it on my laptop for you guys because got to do what you got to do. This will just give you a brief glimpse of what the workshop, what the week felt like, what it looked like, all the types of like people that we were able to incorporate, the kids, like the excitement. It's really good. Okay, let me see.
Welcome to the Miseducation of Hip Hop Youth Workshop Series put on by Mother Nature.
You guys can see it?
The Urbana Public Arts Grant, as well as the Independent Media Center. All these kids here who just want to be artists, you know what I mean? They have their own art form. And it's just about pushing them to not be scared to be creative and be free and like express themselves. A certain way to get to the top. Like, no, you can be free and be happy and let people attract to the genuineness in you. Like, you know, and put out some genuine and let people come to that. We got a couple stations set up for y'all today, for y'all to explore what it is that you want to do.
When I started doing my thing, just like his background, there was no hip hop. Then when you break hip hop down, sometimes I never even look at the people. I've been a hip hop head since '86.
Every time I get on stage and somebody screaming or I step off the shit, I'm like, okay, I'm going to right.
Without the music element of hip hop, I don't know if I could even make it art.
My name is Elisha.
My name is Idris, and I go by Retro.
My name is Amani.
I like that I don't fully understand myself until it's time to understand myself.
I just like my creative mindset. What I like about myself is like, you know, I got an eye and an ear for art. And I just like chilling, I guess.
We pretty much like connected into how it makes us feel.
That's right.
So this is the festival aspect after the week-long workshop.
Okay, this one for my flippers who be trying to hit a lick. Trapping vocals, showing Pro Tools, mixing greatness with your mix. Gaining crowds, that's a bigger audience. Take a trek up to Chicago, see if they
Let me play your afro like I'm your number one pick. You can lay in my lap, yo, I last so your ass quick. Let me play your afro like I'm your number one pick. You can lay in my lap, yo, I last so your ass quick. Let me play your afro like I'm your number one pick.
So yeah, were you able, you guys can see that up there? Okay, nice, nice, awesome. So that was just a little brief glimpse at the workshop and what we were able to do. We were able to service over 50 kids, which is like beyond what we expected. Like the weeks leading up to the workshop, we had everything planned out. We knew what each day was going to look like and like how we wanted it to feel. But towards the end of the school year, like we were like trying to recruit kids, and it's like we weren't really getting. We were talking to teachers and administrators, and like we weren't getting any like for sure sign-ups. We only had like maybe 10 kids sign up. And then I was like, well, let's go to the Boys and Girls Club. Let's go to, let's try to just find different like community outlets where kids hang out. And by day 2 or day 3, they were bringing busloads of kids over. And originally, we wanted to work with high school students because that's kind of like the age group that we know we can tap into their minds and really connect with them through music. And we've worked with younger kids before, and it's often a lot like they're a little more shy. And, you know, they don't open up as much, or they might not have as much, you know, their base of knowledge is different. So, but we ended up getting like 11 to 16 or 17. And so we had this range of kids, and we're like, okay, we got 50 kids today. Like, what are we going to do? And it turned into such an awesome environment because it was structured, but it was also very free. I'll tell you guys a little bit about like what each day kind of looked like. But yeah, this is the flyer for so this is a little bit about Mother Nature. This is all in the drive if you guys want to take a look at it, but I don't want to get too deep into that. But each day we started with a discussion at the beginning. We wanted to talk to the kids about what they were listening to, what kind of things are they feeling, what do they feel, what makes them mad, what makes them happy. Tapping into like their feelings and like what they actually care about, instead of like just being like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We wanted them to have a lot more control and authority over how the workshops went. So one of the cool things is like the first day we really got to know the kids. We had some like writing prompts, we got them writing and just got them talking. By the second day, we brought in our guest collaborators, and these are people from around the community who do video, sound, engineering, who record, like people that we work with on a professional level. And we really were able to bridge this gap between like kids who maybe like are not comfortable with adults as much, and like we really made this environment to where everyone could learn from each other and teach each other. And it was really, really cool. So we had an emphasis on collaboration and mentorship. We wanted the students to work together to create projects, whether it be a song, a poem, a dance routine, whatever they wanted to create. We didn't know what they were going to come up with. By day 3, we had a dance crew of about 10 or 12 girls, and they practiced dance every day. That's what they wanted to do. So we let them choose their music, we let them do their thing, and they came up with their own routine that they would present at the festival. By day 3, we had a group of about 6 or 7 boys who immediately, like as soon as they heard beats, they were just like writing. And in the IMC, there's already a stage, there's already a mic and all that stuff. So like they were just able to get up there, go free, and just do their thing. And that's something that they've never even experienced before, or that no one's even encouraged as like, yo, you can do this, you should do this, you're really good at it. So they were really inspired by that. We created a mural inside the IMC. If you go in the IMC and you'll see a Good Vibes Only mural, the kids named that. The kids decided what was gonna go in each panel. We had the help of Langston Austin, who instead of like just creating this mural and having the kids help paint, he first like met up with them, like all the kids who were interested in graffiti. He like, okay, you guys, what do you want to draw? And they would all come up with ideas, little sketches, and he would kind of like draw them big, and then he made it like a paint by numbers type of thing on. So all the kids were just able to go, okay, this is blue, we're gonna fill this in blue, this is pink, and like the kids worked on it all week, and it's beautiful, it's stunning. So if you guys get a chance, if you haven't seen that, you should look at it. Some of our guest collaborators, as I said, Two Brains, Chris Smith, he helped the entire week with videography. There was only one student who actually was interested in it, but that student was able to document the week, and he was able to like learn a little bit more about video production and how to mix it with music and stuff like that. Derek Lindsay, who is a producer that we know, he was able to teach the kids like how to use the program, but how to use live instruments and put them into the program. Then we had Lamont Holden, who was more of an engineer or like a beat maker that works with like beat machines and on his computer and stuff like that. So kids who were more interested in that aspect would gravitate with him and they would learn with him. Then there was Mother Nature, of course, and we like helped the kids to write. We helped them to like be bold, and like we just gave them encouragement, just like you got it, you know what you're doing, like letting them know that we believe in them and that like we actually like the stuff that they come up with. Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown is a good friend of ours. She's also a professor at the University of Illinois. She was present all week to kind of just help guide the workshops as well. Mikkel Knox, who is my father, is also an MC and a hip-hop historian. So that little clip in the video that you saw where everyone was kind of just sitting gathered around, we had a really, really productive conversation about hip-hop and like the origins and like what songs have helped create who we are. And I could even do a workshop with you all in this moment. Like, what were some of the artists that like helped you to like find who you were, or like what artist or song is it that kind of like describes your life? And that just goes to show you how powerful music is. And when you create it, you can go into it with a certain intention. And so that's what the whole miseducation of hip hop is about. Is like, especially within hip hop, it's really shunned. It's a culture that's shunned. It's a culture that's misunderstood. It's even pushed out of venues locally. And it's something that we're very, very passionate about because we believe in the power of hip-hop to unify our generation, to unify us globally and intergeneration. I can't say it. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But yeah, we believe in the power of hip-hop to bring people together and to be like a positive force, a driving force that can like contribute to the community. And we wanted to teach the kids through that. So what we did, aside from Good Vibes Only, we did a bunch of different exercises, writing exercises. We would print off some of their most favorite songs, their popular songs. We would print off the lyrics. And so there was a literacy element of it to where we would read through lyrics and connect them to our own experiences and really like analyze. And we're like theorizing these things with these little kids. And it's really like crazy how much they actually think and how much they actually know, but they just don't really have the environment to freely express it. So the miseducation of hip-hop was just like, it was an experience. So we ended up having a full week. By the end of the week, kids, like I said, they had a routine. One kid, we had a whole like studio production there, so he had a song by the end of it. We had visuals. We had just a bunch of stuff, and we presented it at the festival. Accomplishments. I said the art mural, the recorded music, community building. We are still in communication with most of the kids. A lot of the kids are still writing, are still producing. One of the kids that was in our workshop had never even really listened to hip hop before. His father is from a jazz background, and today, like a year later, he's one of the dopest producers that I know. And it's crazy because just off this 1 week of having something like, okay, I can tap into this, and then just practicing that and being encouraged, he's doing shows now locally. He's still under 18, but he's pursuing this now. Another one of our students is actually going to Columbia in Chicago for music production, which is not something that he had decided prior to the Miseducation of Hip Hop workshop. So it's really gone a long way, and because of the feedback that we got from just the first workshop and the festival, we decided like let's do another one. Let's give it some time, give it 6 months, 8 months, and then let's do another one in downtown Urbana. And so the second one that we did was in March. It wasn't a workshop, but it was followed by open scene. We had open scene first, we did that, and then we threw a festival. And so some of the kids from open scene and then some of the kids from our workshop the last summer came to the festival. And this one was more of it was a little more mature in the way that, like, we wanted the kids to actually be able to attend a concert or a show that we organized, that we performed at, that they had the opportunity to perform at. And like I said, it was great. We, again, like, had professional artists come perform and do their thing, and then the kids all had their own set. So there were poets, there were rappers, there were storytellers, comedians, all of that. We also had a panel that was focused on arts and community. That was with Mother Nature, a local artist, Sunny Teray, and Nova Noir. She is a visual artist. And the panelist of the night was Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown. So she was able to, like, really just talk to us about, like, and I wish I had that footage for you, but she was really able to, like, talk to us and all of the kids about how we use our art to inspire the community and how, like, what that means to us. Because a lot of times hip hop artists don't get a chance to speak on that. It's just like everything else but the stuff that matters. And so we really wanted to make the kids in our workshop understand that music is deeper than what you see. It's deeper than the illusion. It's deeper than the music videos and the money and all the things that are shamed about hip hop. And it can really, really be something that heals you and something that leads you and something that can lead others. So I feel like that was the biggest accomplishment. It was just getting that point across and the students knowing that. Bridged intergenerational gaps, addressed issues in our community that we connect to. So we gave them that thought of, like, okay, this music can be used to address this, and that. And we gave them examples of that as well. Inspire students to integrate art, music, and culture in their daily lives and to pursue their dreams. As I said, college enrollment and music production and continued performance and collaborations. Some of the students are still working together. Like some of the writers and some of the producers have now collaborated and they're working. And I can tell you how far that's going to go because that's when I started, when I was in high school. And now I'm 27 years old and this is my life. So that was the Miseducation of Hip Hop workshop. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. I might have went over a lot of it, but trying my best to be brief, but also give you guys the experience that we had.
That sounds like you really succeeded in what you set out to do. That's great.
Thank you, thank you.
Anybody have any comments or questions for? Go ahead.
Have you thought about doing this in a school-based setting?
Yes, we have. Especially in this community. I went to Urbana High School, so I still know some of the administrators there. And we have had some opportunities to, like, come and speak to the students, but it's not something that we've implemented yet. But yes, definitely. Okay. And we would like to do it across. We'd like to be able to, you know, have a program that's targeted towards, you know, middle school students, have a program that's targeted to high school students, and then have a program that's targeted to college students, because, like, we can relate to all three.
I'm going to email you.
Please do. Please
I do after-school programs for the school district.
Yeah,
so.
And I think a lot of times it's just, like, people being aware that this is here and that, like, we can offer this service. It's just that, like, it's just bridging that gap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I should point out that the arts program also has an Art in the Schools grant that is separate from our regular grant cycle. So, and that's specifically for programs in the schools.
Okay, sweet. I will look into that.
Okay, well, thanks very much.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric, go ahead.
So
ask me questions.
you said that this is your, I think you said this is your life.
Yes.
And so how is that, when you're not directing this workshop, or have, what does your day look like? What goes into your time? I'm really curious.
It is, my days are very free. I have choice to do what I want, which is a beautiful thing because not all people do. And I usually utilize that time on health, on creativity, and on networking. So building community. My days, like, they can vary. They can start with just me getting up in the morning, me and Truth starting to vibe and make music with each other and creating that. And usually that energy will carry out throughout the day. So if you're having a bad day and you start creating something, it will completely turn you around, and it will make your energy to a point where other people feel it too. So you feel good to people. And so that's what we strive to do as Mother Nature is really, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, about, it's all about energy, and it's all about love, and it's all about peace, but it's also about honesty and like really tapping into like your thoughts and your power and things like that. So my days are very spiritual, is all I can say. Yeah. But we do perform as well. For right now, we're based in Chicago. We just went up there. And since we've moved to Chicago, we have had an enormous amount of support. And we perform, if not every week, once every 2 weeks. So we're growing, for sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
Could you talk a little about, I guess you mentioned how this, the Good Vibes Only Fest 2 kind of coincided with Open Scene. Of course, both those events took place at IMC. Mother Nature maintains strong relations with IMC. Can you, and also Derek Lindsay, who participated in both the Miseducation of Hip Hop and Open Scene, is now opening a studio space in IMC.
Nice.
Ribbon cutting's this Thursday, I think. So I was just kind of curious, what do you see as sort of the future of Mother Nature in Urbana and downtown Urbana and IMC?
I would love for, I have a lot of visions, and I don't know which one's going to work best. Like, my full vision is that Mother Nature would be a school one day, like an alternative school, where we're able to teach all subjects, math, science, geography, English, all that through music. You can teach math through music, through beats, and you can teach it through counting and like that. And so we want to really learn how to teach in that way. We want to develop curriculums that could be adopted by schools and things like that. As far as the IMC in particular, since my first time being in the IMC about 2 years ago, I instantly felt connected. I was like, I have to do something here because the space is huge. It wasn't fully being utilized to its full potential. And I was like, this could be a great hangout spot for kids, because kids are going through real stuff nowadays. They're going through very adult things, and they need spaces where they can be comfortable and they can express themselves. And when they're in school, you can't express yourself because you are constantly punished for using certain language. You're reprimanded for practically anything. If you're not in line, if you're not doing what the teacher wants you to do. And so we definitely see the IMC as a space where kids can come and they can be themselves, and they can grow in that, and they can trust that and be who they are. It's there's no one way to be, and we just want kids to trust themselves. Basically, everything that everything that you feel is very valid. So I think the IMC could be just a hub. I think that Mother Nature could have some type of residency there, or an annual summer program that kids can come to. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Is Brian not going to make it today, or?
No, I am not completely surprised. He said that he was having a little bit of difficulty with some personal issues.
So maybe we'll postpone that to another meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, and also we were going to have an Arts in the School presentation. Okay.
While they're getting set up, I'll share one more item under the staff report, that we are at this point planning to move forward with a mural on glass on the front of the city building here, and the upper window as you come in. So we got preliminary approval for that, and Morgan's doing the measurements, and we'll work with Erica in the Park District to talk more about I'm blanking on the name of the
Phillips
facility, the
Recreation
Phillips
Center.
Rec Center as well. So hopefully we'll get started on that call soon.
Oh, great, very good.
So
On the staff front, I was just
Mhm.
kind of curious, is the search still ongoing for the, I
Ye-
wasn't at last month's meeting. but I
Yes,
didn't
it
see
is
anything.
still ongoing,
Okay.
but I assume we'll have an update for you certainly before the next meeting. So. Yeah. Does anyone have announcements or upcoming events you want to share?
Go ahead, Eric.
I can just tell you that the next year's budget is on track to be approved by the council finally this coming Monday. So no surprise, no last minute surprises. It is what you expected it to be a little bit ago.
Well, I guess I should say I do appreciate that the council still supports the arts program strongly.
Yeah, we, this, it's a tight budget, but the level that's in the budget was not, nobody really challenged it. And I always breathe a sigh of relief when we get through the budget process without any major challenges in that direction.
Okay, it looks like we're going to reschedule our Art in Schools presentation until next month as well, so sorry about that.
That's all right. I think that's all we
It
have for this
happens,
meeting
so.
then. So, someone would like to move that we adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
I second. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, everybody.